Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah. All praise to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Kadash. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father. Yahweh Shai being the name of his only begotten Son, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Now, when you look at the prophecies, it talks about a crashing happening in the financial system. And um, that's going along with the famine happening, you see. And so when you see how societies crumble, like the ancient Roman Empire, when their money pretty much was devalued, inflation uh, came into the picture because they was making coins, and the value of the coins, the Roman coins, lost its value, and then you had all kind of barbarians and people come in and pretty much plunder the capital city or whatever, and the empire fell due to that situation. Now, when you're looking at America and the American dollar, they're walking right on into that same uh, thing. So it's nothing new that's happening, like King Solomon said. There's nothing new under the sun. See, kingdoms come into play and they leave out of rulership in the same way. So let's get that crashing first. Let's get that crashing. I think it's in Zephaniah. Zephaniah chapter 1, I'm thinking. Let's skim through real quick. Chapter 1, nope, chapter 2. Let's try chapter 2. Okay, and then chapter 3 might be in Zechariah, but it might be in Zephaniah 3. Okay, not in Zephaniah, but in Zechariah. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is go here because my memory is not serving me right. Let's see. Okay, it was in Zephaniah. I had it highlighted. Zephaniah 1 and 10, it said, "And it shall come to pass that in that day shall the Lord, that there shall be, says the Lord, that there shall be the noise of a great cry from the fish gate." Now, this great cry from the fish gate can go along with Second Ezra. Second Ezra, Second Ezra 6 and 20. They put a timeline. It says, "And when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show thee these tokens. Uh, the books shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together." Get to the point, verse 22, it says, "And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And the trumpet shall give a sound, and when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. So what is going to cause this trumpet? It's going to be because of the full storehouses have become empty. And so when you're dealing with um, the so-called money system, uh, those things go hand in hand because you have to use money to get the things that's in the storehouses. But let's go to Zephaniah 1 and 10 again. It says, "And it shall come to pass in that day, says the Lord, that there will be the noise of a cry from the fish gate and an howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills. How ye inhabitants of Michtash, uh, for all the merchant people are cut down." So now we see what this cry was all about. See, it's gonna be a noise of a cry from the fish gate, but they might not be able to see those people that's crying might not be able to see, or they're not gonna be able to see the merchants. See, the people that's doing the selling, they're not gonna see them because they are cut down. All that they bear silver, all they that bear silver are cut off. So it's not gonna be people around being merchants selling. See, and that's what that merchant goes into mostly. They doing a bunch of selling products. Because I heard one group, they went into trying to debate the so-called M to the T to the B, and they saying that you pay attention. See, they talking about pay attention mean uh, that stands for the buying and selling. But see, it ain't just about buying, because see, when you pay for something, that's when you buy something. See, paying something ain't selling. Paying is buying. And so they looking at the thing, not understanding it's about the buying and the selling. So when you go into 16 saying, "He calls all, both small and great, rich or poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell, save that he had the mark, or unless he had the mark." As you see, that's buy or sell. So it's gonna be a situation where when this crash happened, for the merchants, they not gonna be able to store up their storehouses. Their situation gonna crash, and they not even gonna be able to buy anything to sell it afterwards, because that the supply chain gonna be none roll out the situation pretty much. But anyhow, it's buying or selling. Can't go get around that with paying attention, talking about paying attention to the Lord when how you not selling nothing to the Lord. See, you can buy whatever, but selling something, that's something different. So this is why they can't get their hand onto the meaning of this mark of the beast. Now let's go on to Revelation 6, because this is what that thing is gonna be about. Revelation 6. On at verse 5, it said, "When he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, Come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand." See, he got all kind of drugs flying around. And so this what he got pretty much in his hand. It's gonna be bigger than a drug. It's gonna enslave your behind until the kingdom of heaven. And see, look at verse 6. He said, "And I have heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts, saying, if you measure with us," oh, it said a Salakia. Let me start over at 6. "And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny." See, you want some food, you got to have some money. "And 3 measures of barley for a penny." You got to have, when you're trying to buy something, you're going to need a money system. But he got a pair of balances in his hand. He trying to put a yoke around your neck and enslave your behind. That's his agenda. A measure of wheat for a penny, and these 3 are a measure of the port of penny. So anyhow, look at verse 8. It said, "And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed him, and the power was given unto him over the four part of the earth." See, that's power over America. "To kill with the sword and with hunger." See, and with death and with the beasts of the earth. So this is where we at in prophecy. And we can see these things starting to happen worldwide, where they've having meetings and always pretty much I forgot the part where it said and with hunger. See, the beast is pretty much the so-called white man who got monopoly over the food, clothing, and shelter. Let me get that in Deuteronomy 28:48. It says, "Therefore shall you serve your enemies, which the Lord shall send against you, and hunger and in nakedness, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until I be until he be destroyed, until he have destroyed thee." And so they got to go to their enemy to survive. So let's see here. Salakia. So let's see here. Colossians 3:25 says, "But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he have done, and there is no respect of person." And when they bring this CBDC, grain of rice, final temptation, it's not going to be an excuse, and the Lord is not going to pardon people who ain't doing his will. And so we right there at the point where these people going to pretty much reject the word, and then punishment is going to be the lake of fire. But I'm going to leave it there. All praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, Hashem Kakadash, Shalom.